Hello, coolers. Welcome back to Viva Barca and welcome to the home of everything Barca, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Pique, as it has been reported that the Barcelona captain joining Atletico Madrid in January is impossible. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about this report claiming that Barcelona aim to lower their wage bill from 610 million euros to 450 million euros. We are also going to be looking at that. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barca! Barca! Earlier this week, shock reports emerged claiming that Atletico Madrid were interested in signing Barcelona defender and captain Pique in the January transfer window. The 35-year-old defender has fallen down the pecking order at Spotify Camp Nou and has hardly received any meaningful game time, and Los Rojiblancos reportedly want to capitalize on the situation and swoop in for him in order to fix their struggling defense. But as far as a fresh update from Diario Sport, Pique leaving Barca for Atletico Madrid in the winter window is impossible. The defender acknowledges that he has had a difficult start to the season, but in no way is he ready to move on from the club. Instead, the former Manchester United ace intends to fight hard and earn his place back in the side and prove that he can be useful to the team. Pique has played just 2 matches so far for Barca this term, clocking up a total of 135 minutes of on-field action. The ex-Spain international is behind Ronald Araujo, Jules Koundé, Eric Garcia, and Andres Christensen in the pecking order at the club. But with the recent injuries to Araujo and Koundé, coupled with Barca's busy fixture schedule over the next month, Pique could be involved more regularly than he has been so far for the ongoing campaign. And the report adds that the club captain is motivated to prove himself after having endured a tough start to the season. So despite the interest from Diego Simeone's side, there seems to be little to no chance of Pique leaving Barcelona for Atletico Madrid in the middle of the season. Until now, Pique has been a permanent fixture in defense at Barca since returning from Manchester United 14 years ago. It will be interesting to see if he can regain the trust of manager Xavi in the upcoming weeks. Pique has had a very tough start to the season and not many people saw this coming, but when we started seeing the way Barca went about their transfer business, buying some top quality centre backs, it was coming, because Pique is getting old and it's but natural that Xavi will prioritize the young and vibrant defenders over him. So reports all these past few days have been talking about a very surprise link, to Atletico Madrid for Pique. And now it has been reported that it is impossible for Atletico to make a move for Pique in the January transfer window. Pique's future have been talked about a lot this time around because of his reduced game time, his reduced involvement in the team dynamics, and it's but natural that we start talking about if he will stay beyond the season or not. Of course, Pique's contract with Barca expires at 2024, but there have been a lot of talks and rumors about Pique likely leaving at the end of the season. But I don't know, there's no guarantee that he will leave at the end of the season. But I will not be surprised either that Pique finished his contract the next season, 2024. And so let's see actually what will happen. But as it stands right now, Pique is ready to fight for his place. He believes that he still has the energy to be part of the first team for Xavi. But personally, I don't think Xavi will still prioritize him, especially if our new young defenders continue to perform well. And of course, there's no way you see Xavi prioritizing bringing back Pique to the starting lineup. So let's see how it goes, if Pique will indeed leave the club at the end of the season or we will wait until his contract expires next year. Because all those veterans right now, Pique, Alba, Busquets, Roberto, of course, they are expected to leave the club maybe end of the season, but it all depends, because among them, I think it's only Sergio Busquets whose contract expires in 2023. I think it is widely expected that Busquets will depart, even though I've been getting rumors that Xavi wants Barca to extend Busquets' contract, which I don't wish it happens. But let's see how it goes for Busquets, for Jordi Alba, for Pique as well. As their contract expires in 2024, but now they are seeing very reduced game time that might even push them to leave the club earlier than expected. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, it is no secret that Barcelona's bloated wage bill has been a major cause of concern for the club in the recent past. The enormous contracts handed to some of the players by former President Josep Maria Bartomeu served to inflate the salary bill to such an extent that they could not renew Lionel Messi's contract last summer without breaching La Liga's financial fair play rules. The Catalans faced player registration issues last year because of the same, and the issue repeated again this summer as well, so it goes without saying that trimming down the wage bill is a very important task now for Barca on their to-do list of the current administration. It was recently acknowledged by Barca's economic vice president Eduard Romeo, with La Liga president Javier Tebas also suggesting that Barca will need to make cuts to their wage bill before next season, as they would have no economic levers to rely on. Now, Sport has come up with a report regarding Barcelona's plans to cut down on their wages. The publication claims that the La Liga behemoths are currently shelling out, around a total of 610 million euros on player wages, and the plan for the club is to bring down that figure ideally to somewhere around 420 to 450 max over the next 2 years. It will not be that straightforward as we say, but Barca are hoping that the potential exit for some, if not all, of their club captains could help achieve the target. Sergio Busquets, who is one of the highest earners in La Liga, is out of contract at the end of the season and is being tipped to leave to the MLS. Sergio Roberto also sees his contract run out at the end of the season and is unlikely to be handed a renewal. There are question marks hanging over the futures of Gerard Pique and Jordi Alba as well, due to their reduced roles in the side this term. Their potential exits at the end of the season would free up a large chunk of salary mass at Barca. It must be noted that Barcelona intend to make some big name acquisitions during that time as well, such as Bernardo Silva, who will command a significant salary. So it becomes so important that Barca get rid of their highest earning players who are no longer part of Xavi's plans, or at least discuss possible salary reductions with those stars. Ultimately, the idea of the club to have a wage bill of 450 million euros, which Barcelona believe would be ideal for them to stay financially healthy and be competitive in the market and on the pitch. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.